Good morning, Core Math 1 students. This is Mrs. Arndt, and if you had me last semester, you probably can barely recognize the sound of my voice, and that's because my tonsils are so big, I can barely speak. We are working on a worksheet today, S6A1, and it's all about sequences. Yesterday you watched a couple of videos regarding recursive sequences, and specifically we are focusing on arithmetic sequences. What does arithmetic mean, you might be asking yourself? An arithmetic sequence means that we consistently add a number from one term to the next. That number that we add is called the common difference. And this could be a positive number or it could be a negative number. So on this first problem, we're asked to find the common difference and then write a recursive formula. After that, we will list the next three terms in the sequence, and we could certainly do that before we do the other items. So looking at this part A, from 2 to 12 to 22, you might recognize the pattern immediately. That from 2 to 12, we're adding 10. From 12 to 22, we're adding 10. Another way to think about it is to take a later term minus the term right in front of it. So the common difference is positive 10. So for us to write this recursive formula, a sub 1 equals 2, because that's the first term in the sequence. A sub n, this is how we find the next term, is equal to the previous term, a sub n minus 1. That's the subscript for the term before, plus the common difference, 10. That's going to be the same format for every recursive sequence. Okay, so if our job then is to come up with the next three terms, well, we can certainly think about using this formula that we would take the term 42 and add 10 to get the next term in the sequence. 42 plus 10 is 52. To get the term after that, 52 plus 10 is 62. To get the term after that, 62 plus 10 is 72. That one certainly didn't seem so bad. But the values might be different, or they might be a little more difficult. Like on part B, we go from 20.8 down to 19.3. So if the numbers are decreasing, this means that the common difference number is going to be a negative value because we're going down. If you take 19.3 minus 20.8, you will find that this is minus 1.5. That is what we are repeatedly subtracting to get from one term to the next. So for our recursive formula, a sub 1 equals the 20.8. That's our first term value. How to get the next value? A sub n equals, we take the previous term a sub n minus 1 and we subtract 1.5. Adding negative 1.5 is the same thing as subtracting 1.5. So if we think about finding the next three terms, we would take 14.8 minus 1.5, and that gets us 13.3. If we keep doing that pattern, 13.3 minus 1.5 is 12.8. And if we do that one more time, 12.8 minus 1.5 is 11.3. And that would be how we find the next three terms. In number 2 here, we're looking at considering a recursive formula that is already given to us. So what we're seeing is a sub 1 equals 5. That's the first term in the sequence. A sub n equals a sub n minus 1 plus 4. That plus 4 is our common difference value. And then it points out that n has to be greater than 1. All that means is that we cannot go backwards. Our first term is our first term. We're never going to have an a sub 0 or an a sub negative 1. Okay, so part A, what is the common difference? Well, we mentioned that already, that the common difference equals positive 4. In part B, it asks us what is the first term of the sequence. Well, a sub 1 equals 5, so the first term is 5. What are the next 3 terms of the sequence? Well, we're going to take that previous number, the 5 in the sequence, and add the common difference. 5 plus 4 is 9. Repeat that process. Recursion means to repeat. 9 plus 4 is 13. 13 plus 4 is 17. Those are the next 3 terms. Lastly, in part D, what is a sub 5? So this is asking us for the 5th term in the sequence. Our first term we found was 5. The second term, or a sub 2, was 9. The third term, or a sub 3, was 13. The fourth term, or a sub 4, was 17. So to get a sub 5, we literally need to find the term after 17. So 17 plus 4 is 21. Your homework is to work on and finish the remainder of this worksheet, both the front and the back side. We will go over these solutions tomorrow, but feel free to ask your teachers, the substitute teacher, and we'll go from there.